A list of countries vaccinating children against COVID 19. Here is a list of some countries which have approved or are considering vaccinating children against COVID 19. The European Commission on Friday authorized Pfizer BioNTech's COVID 19 vaccine for use in children as young as 12, paving the way for a broader rollout in the bloc after similar clearances in the United States and Canada. However, vaccinating adolescents in affluent countries while many parts of the world await doses for older and more vulnerable people has raised concerns, with the World Health Organization urging rich countries to give shots to the COVAX scheme instead. The following is a list of some countries who have approved or are considering vaccinating children. EU countries. Italy on May 31 approved extending the use of Pfizer BioNTech vaccine to 12 to 15 years old. Germany plans to offer a first shot to children aged 12 to 16 from June 7, while Poland would offer shots to those aged between 12 to 15 the same day. France could begin inoculating teens aged 16 to 18 by June, with 12 to 15 years old receiving shots at the start of the school year. Lithuania's prime minister said the country could start vaccinating children from age 12 in June, news sites Delphi reported. Estonia could start vaccinating teenagers by autumn, public broadcaster ERR reported, citing the head of the government's COVID 19 council. Romania's prime minister said children from age 12 could receive shots from June 1, Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty reported. Austria aims to have 350,000 children aged 12 to 15 vaccinated by the end of August, according to news site Vindovana. Hungary started vaccinating 16 to 18 years old in mid-May, according to Xinhua news agency. Europe non-new. Pfizer said in mid-May it was seeking British approval to use its vaccine for 12 to 15 years old. Norway may consider Pfizer vaccine for children who have a high risk of becoming seriously ill with COVID-19, VG newspapers reported. Switzerland's health watchdog said in April-May Pfizer has sought approval for its shot in children aged 12 to 15. Middle East. Israel expanded its vaccination drive to 16 to 18 years old in January and this week set to rule on approving shots for age 12 to 15. Dubai said on June 1 it had started offering the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine to 12 to 15 years olds after the United Arab Emirates approved the shot of emergency use for the same age group in mid-May. Asia Pacific. Singapore opened up its vaccination program to adolescents aged 12 to 18 from June 1. Japan on May 28 approved the use of Pfizer vaccine for those aged 12 and above. The Philippines on May 26 decided to allow Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for emergency use in children aged 12 to 15. Americas. Chile on May 31 approved use of Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for 12 to 16 years old. US states began inoculate young adults in mid-May after its Center for Disease Control and Prevention approved Pfizer shots for those aged 12 to 15. Canada in early May approved use of Pfizer vaccine for use in children aged to 12 to 15. Thank you.